Hey guys, I remember I promised you guys I had interesting news about the Godzilla game, and here it is. Now, before I even continue, I give my thanks to Gormaru Island Facebook page because they're the ones that posted this. I follow them on Facebook, and they're always posting interesting news about Godzilla and monster stuff in general. But this really caught my eye, and so I'm gonna be reading from their posts they posted earlier today. Definitely check them out. Gormaru Island, freaking awesome page. But it reads thus that Rodan and Anguirus are confirmed for the new Godzilla game. And that's awesome because I was thinking to myself, like, think of all these awesome characters: Destroyer, Gigan, King Ghidorah, Mecha Mecha freaking Godzilla, but they didn't include the two of the most classic, Rodan and Anguirus. They were some of his first ever opponents slash allies in the freaking 60s and 50s with Anguirus. So how'd they miss those two? However, they are going to be in it. They're going to be in it. So let me keep reading. Let me keep reading and see else. The scans, the new Famitsu scans are inbound this week. The incarnations have not been clarified yet. Which version of Anguirus and Rodan it will be, we don't know yet. Now, here are my questions. I mean, for Anguirus, it's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure, I won't say absolutely, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Millennium Godzilla Final Wars Anguirus, because, I mean, for the most part, other than Mecha Godzilla, and I suppose Hedorah too, they're not really putting the Showa incarnations of the monsters into the game. You're not getting Showa King Ghidorah, you're not getting Showa Godzilla. And yeah, so I think it's a natural assumption they're probably going to put Millennium Anguirus. That just makes a whole lot of sense, and it should be very interesting. I cannot wait to play as Anguirus. He's one of my favorite monsters. Not my top 10, but definitely one of my favorites, and definitely I know one of the biggest Godzilla fan turn-ons ever, because let's face it, he's a favorite, even though for the majority of the time that he's known, he's been getting his ass kicked. But he's a cool character, I will admit. He's had some great moments. As for Rodan, you have a number of choices. Now, Rodan has been through several looks throughout the years. My favorite version ever is still the 1956 Rodan, although I'm pretty sure they wouldn't use that one, although it would be kind of awesome if they did. And then later on in the 60s, looks like shit, so they definitely be using those. Of course, there's Millennium Rodan from Final Wars, who looks a lot like the Showa one in the early 50s, so they could possibly use that. And then, of course, there's also the Heisei Rodan from the 90s. I wouldn't mind that one either. The only problem is the Heisei Rodan is a little more realistic, I guess, in terms of looking at actual Pteranodon, you know, so he has much shorter legs. And, of course, that incarnation was also a lot smaller than Godzilla, of course. Anybody's watched that movie, I'm pretty sure anyone watching the video has. That version of Rodan is not even as tall as Godzilla. It's more like, I'd say, not even half the height of Godzilla, probably, that movie. Great wingspan, but small. I love that version of Rodan, and I love the fact that he had the beam weapon, too. The uranium heat beam he got when he became Fire Rodan. But, man, if I had to be honest, I would really like if they put all three versions of the Rodan in there, at least. Have the Heisei Classic, then have the Fire Rodan, which is awesome, you know, new color scheme, has the beam weapon, and then have the Millennium Rodan in there, just in case you want to play that one. Please do that, because I love Fire Rodan. He's freaking awesome. Please put that in the game. Please have multiple skins for Rodan. Just fucking do it, please. But yeah, I think this is exciting news. I think they've basically completed the monster lineup pretty much. Although, who knows? We still have a whole month. Who knows what could happen in the next month? We don't know. We could still get my favorite Godzilla Jr. in the game, but for the most part, I think they've landed almost every important character. Not counting, you know, offshoots like Gorosaurus, who basically, you know, made a cameo in Destroying All Monsters. But I mean, if there's so many monsters in the game now, it's hard for me to even keep track, so I'll just say the ones who aren't in the game so far. Monsters who are not in the game, obviously King Kong, Not very likely, but I don't really care. I know everyone's like King Kong vs. Godzilla movie needs to get made, blah blah blah. But King Kong and Godzilla game, to me, it's all good. I really don't care if he's in it or not. I wouldn't change my mind in the game at all. Not like a King Kong hater. Just everyone's overblows out of proportion. Like I could care less. Also, not in the game. Rodan, obviously, like Gorsaur, that's just a cameo in Godzilla movie. I wouldn't see why they would put him in there. Kumanga, Kamacuras, Ebra are not in the game. Monsters that we probably could do without anyways. No Giant Condor. No Gabra from freaking Godzilla's Revenge. No Manila. Minya, whatever you want to fucking call him. Fuck that. No Megalon, which is surprising. I would not be surprised if he got added at the last minute. Or maybe he'll come out later on after the game's released. I'm pretty sure he's going to come out at some point. No King Caesar or Titanosaurus. Both. Yeah, King Caesar would be interesting. He has never been in a Godzilla game before, so that would be very interesting to see that. Titanosaurus, I'd give him a try. Why not? Sure, I wouldn't mind him being in the game. As far as the Heisei goes, I think they got almost every, because let's face it, the Heisei had some of the best monsters and best monster creations, the older monsters. So they got like every Heisei monster except for Batra and Mogira, which fuck Mogira. But they got Mechagodzilla from the Heisei. They got Destroyer. They got Biollante. Excuse me. They got the Heisei King Ghidorah in the game, of course, and Mecha King. They got everything except for Godzilla Jr., Mogira, and Batra. I mean, Batra would be, I won't say more or less pointless because Mothra's already in the game, but hey, you know, some people might enjoy playing as Batra, so maybe that'll make it in the game. Possibly. Don't know for sure. And as far as the Millennium goes, they didn't get Orga or Megagearus. But of course, I mean, between Megagearus and Batra, just choose one because they're almost exactly the same. I mean, I prefer I just guess no. It'd be interesting because I don't know. Megagearus has the energy drain attack, so it could work. It's very different than Megagearus. Maybe you could summon the Swarm as a special attack. That would be awesome too. So actually, I would love to see Megagearus and or Batra in the game. Orga, either way for me. Orga's not one of my favorite monsters. Not a bad one, but not one of my favorites at all. So I could care less if Orga makes it into the game. Although I've been saying this on a side note, I would love if we could get the Millennium, some of the Millennium skins in here. Although I kind of doubt it for some reason. I don't know why I do, but I kind of doubt we're gonna get them. But if we did, I'd love to have GMK Godzilla. Godzilla 2000 has been played out. I've seen that in a million games already. But if we could get GMK Godzilla in here as extra skin, my God, that would be awesome. That would be freaking awesome. And at first I was like, no, I'm not going to put him in here because, you know, the size, the scale will be off. However, it doesn't really matter. Show up Mechagodzilla's in here, and he's way smaller than any of the Millennium or Heisei monsters that appear in here. Like Millennium Gigan's like 300 feet tall. Show up Mechagodzilla's barely probably like 180 or so. So the size shouldn't matter. GMK Godzilla put him in here. And as far as the rest of the Millennium era goes, Kiryu was already in here. That's a Kiryu version of Godzilla from those movies, but they have Kiryu himself, which is good enough for me. And then Final Wars, as far as Final Wars goes, we just got Rodan and Anguirus confirmed, so hell yes. No Manda, but Manda's more of a cameo as far as Godzilla characters go. I wouldn't say he's really important or has ever been that important. No Monster X yet, which once again, Monster X is not my favorite monster, so I don't care if Monster X makes it to the final game or not. But if he gets in there, hey, another character, right? And I have the strangest of requests, but if you could somehow get Zilla in here, Gino, whatever you want to call him, but if you could get Zilla in here, I'd laugh my ass off. I think the fans would be somewhere. I don't even think there would be an outrage. I think there'd just be like ecstatic things of joy because the fact that now everyone can reenact that Final War scene of kicking Gino's ass. Everyone would be posting that screenshot of them doing it. Everyone would. So if they could, I hate Gino, but I would literally pay to have him in the game. I would pay for the extra character later on after the game's released to have him in there. That'd be incredible. It really would. Let's just be honest. And sure, Kaiser Ghidorah, if you really want to get into it. No. Kaiser Ghidorah would be cool, but we'd have King Ghidorah, who's way better. Fuck, Kaiser Ghidorah can't even fucking fly. But I would like one, if not both, of the Mutos in here, which I'm surprised that has not been brought, because they have the legendary Godzilla that's already been confirmed since the beginning. So it would be strange, right, to not have the freaking Hollywood Godzilla's opponents in here too, the Mutos, one if not both. Although I'm pretty sure everyone would use a flying one because that'd just be awesome. But the female Muto is cool too, very cool. I love those monsters. I love that movie. So I would love for them to get confirmed within the next, like, we only have a few more weeks. We have roughly a little over 6 weeks before the game comes out. So creators, if you're listening, please throw Muto in there, and I give you a big sloppy one right on the cheek. Throw both Mutos in. You never know. But that's all for today, guys. Hell yes, Rodan and Anguirus are in there. Let's hope there's more news to come about this game. I'm looking forward to it. We all should. Godzilla fans rejoice. Peace out.